Hello there! Welcome back to another episode of Rule the Waves 2 as Great Britain. The year is 1923 and we are, for the first time in a long while, at peace. Which means it is time to build up our forces and prepare for the next war. We have most of our ships in either mothballs or reserve. We have a few ships on foreign stations covering and patrolling our empire. And we have new designs under construction and under development. We have the fantastic Maxton class light carriers currently undergoing conversion. Those should be in service in the next 10 months. We have two Iron Duke class fast battleships, which should be coming out of the yards over the next year. And we have a new design of fast battle cruisers, the Indivisible class, which we should be able to begin construction on within the next 4 months. Not only that, we have the budget for that, with over 10,000 per month currently available and currently stockpiling. That said, it looks like it's time to build some new destroyers since our current batch of 4 new Lance class designs are almost done, so it's time to build some more destroyers. Let's get that going right now. Alright, new destroyers under construction, and let's move right along. Oh my, we have unlocked the construction of motor torpedo boat squadrons. Huh. Never would have expected that. Well, now that we have motor torpedo boat squadrons, I suppose I should do something about that. First of all, let's put those dreadnoughts that just finished construction back in reserve. Here we go. And let's go take a look at building some motor torpedo boat squadrons. Now, I can't really think of them being very useful at anywhere other than Harwich, Portsmouth, and Plymouth. And possibly over near Way Highway as well. So let's build one there. So we will build one MTB squadron at Way Highway. Then we go back to our map. Alright, and we need MTB squadrons at Harwich, Portsmouth, and Plymouth. Or I guess it's just in the United Kingdom. Sure, we'll go with that. We'll leave one of them there. Alrighty. Now that all that is taken care of, construction is set, research is set, and I believe we are good to go, so let's move right along. Major arms firm wants to sell ships to a South American country. Okay, that could get us more budget, but potentially risk leaking technology. I'm a big fan of budget, so let's do it. We have the technology, and I'm not too worried about it getting out. So, build ships, get money, rule the world. Sounds good to me. Alright. Whoops, that's not what I was looking for. Nothing else major coming along right now, so we're just going to keep on chugging right along. Ooh. Well, that's inconvenient. A sudden slump in the economy is thrashing our budget. Well, I don't see a whole lot that we could do here. aside from pushing for more prestige and tension. So let's do that. Oh, good. Reliable hydrostatic pistols. That means our depth charges are more predictable in terms of what depth they're going to detonate at. And Bristol is up to round 2 of their Bristol fighter. Well, I don't really see a whole lot of changes here. Minor improvements in toughness, and that's about it. But hey, I'll take improvements. It's always good. Okay, nothing else to do this turn, so we'll just keep on chugging right along. Italy wants to buy technology. I am always fine with that. Ooh, unexpected advances in machinery development. And unexpected advances in torpedo technology. I wonder what we're working on. Oh! Better warhead explosives. I wonder if this is that famous Torpex, torpedo explosive compound. Oh, and we have a improved model of the float plane Scout. Faster speed, longer range, and bomb armament. Oh, and they have an average reliability. Wow. And Japan is not pleased by our base expansions in Northeast Asia. And America is not pleased by our base expansions in the Caribbean. Well, that's too bad for them. Alright, latest design battlecruiser Indivisible is ready for construction. Let's do a quick review of the design before we start building. Alright, so this is another 50,000 ton Titan at 30 knots, 12-inch belt, 4-inch deck. This one's rocking an inclined belt, so that's pretty good. We've got a solid selection of secondary guns, nice heavy tertiary battery for anti-aircraft, decent collection of light AA and some aircraft, and torpedo protection 3, so that's good, fairly resistant to torpedoes, and an all-up remaining weight of 0. Well, there's not a whole lot I can say about that. This thing looks just about perfect. Let's do a quick check at our gun data. Alright, so I'm not seeing a whole lot of immunity zone, but keep in mind that is under ideal conditions. So perpendicular impacts, no accuracy penalties, no wind effects, no nothing like that. So, of course, reality, we can reasonably expect much better performance from our armor belt. Now, deck, not so much. That is what it is. But still, we have to be out beyond 22,000 yards before that stuff starts penetrating. So that's pretty solid, all things considered. Probably later designs will have more deck armor, but overall, I'm pretty happy with this design. It should be in service for quite a long time. So I don't see any change that we need to do, so I'm just going to start building them. So we're going to build a Indivisible. And we have the budget for one more. So this one should be the... we're going to call this one the Impenetrable. Sounds good to me. Alright. We've got 2 fancy new battlecruisers under construction. And our last Iron Duke should be rolling off the lines in 6 months. Of course, it will then immediately be going back in for refit, for modernization and all that, but that's not my problem. That is a concern for a later time, and that is going to be a significant reduction in cost. New construction is always more expensive than refits. Okay, that's all set. We still have a positive balance. And I think we're doing good. Let's just move right along. Oh my, our scientists report they are tantalizingly close to inventing aircraft carrying airships. Well, that sounds like fun. Okay, no significant changes there. We'll just keep on chugging along. Oh, one of our agents has been caught in Russia. Sounds like a national hero to me. Ooh, that's significant. We have unlocked double gun mounts on light cruisers. And of course, we've also unlocked purpose-built aircraft carriers. Alright, and the Vickers company has developed a float plane scout as a private venture. Let's take a look at that. Okay, slightly less range, slightly less speed. Yeah, no, that one's not really worth it. In fact, this Bristol Bulldog outperforms everything we have so far. So, I am not going to accept that. In fact, let's go right up there and let's take that other float plane scout. And I'm going to obsolete that immediately. And while I do know that some of them are still in service, I want them out of service because they are not that great of an aircraft. Okay, and it looks like America is getting quite unhappy, which means we need to start activating some of our fleet. So we're going to take all of these Gurkhas, and we're going to active fleet those, start training them up. And this is going to be very expensive, but I'm going to active fleet all of our Titans. In fact, let's take a quick review of these. Yep, they do have improved director, and there's not a whole lot else that they really need. So these ships will have to be good as is. I was hoping for a rebuild of them, install better guns with dual purpose and all that other fun stuff, but nope, that is not going to happen right now. We need them ready to go. Let's see, is there anything else that we can do over here? Let's see, our base capacity is up to 630 and 570, so not quite good enough there. Yeah, we'll improve Newfoundland. Start building that up. And it looks like we're going to be going to war with America soon. Well, that's not ideal, but it's gonna have to be what we deal with. Let's start active fleeting these ones as well. There we go. Get ready for conflict. Oh no! Anti-British rebellion has broken out in Panama. Oh my, it seems that we are most definitely going to war right now. Alright, another round of fighting has broken out among several Balkan nations. What is our view on this? Well, I could give various remarks driving up tensions, or I could blame a specific nation. It's rather absurd to be blaming the US for this, since they have absolutely no interest in the Balkans. I guess I could blame Russia again. That'd be a great way to push things off for another month or two. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. We're going to blame Russia, drive up some tensions against them. Ooh, synthetic fire control computer reduces penalty for own ships turning. Oh, that is significant. Quality 0.17-inch guns. Well, I know what we're including on our next major capital ship. Those are fantastic weapons right there. Well, that definitely pissed off Russia, and we need some ships to deal with that rebellion in Panama. I do not want Panama going away, so we need to send some significant force down there. I think I'm going to take all of the Proserpines and send them down. Hopefully that'll be enough to make a good statement. All right. We've got our various forces in active duty. How are things going over here? 3 more months till the next Iron Duke comes out. Indivisibles are chugging right along, and we need to lay down more Lance class. So we'll plop down 4 more Lances. Alrighty. And on to our next turn. Okay, Japan wants to buy technology for destroyers. That's fine by me. Oh my. The US is clandestinely supporting the rebels in Panama. That's not good. Okay, so we already have ships heading in that general direction. So there's not a whole lot we really need to do about that. They're already down to the Caribbean, so hopefully we can turn that around. I suppose I could send a capital ship down there to make a statement as well. Alright, what ship should I send? Honestly, the lowest price ship for sending overseas would probably be one of our Iron Dukes. Unless I want to send one of our older dreadnoughts overseas, and that's not the sort of statement we want to be making. So let's send... Yeah, let's send one of the Iron Duke. She's quite a prestigious ship there. We'll send her right on down to the Caribbean and see if she can get things under control. Okay. The world economy has recovered after the crisis, so that's good. That should help our budget recover. Okay, Royal Sovereign under construction could be completed with our best fire control. Nope. We're going to do a proper refit on her. Alright, Italy wants to buy some technology there, synthetic fire control computer. That is fine by me. I don't see any possibilities of conflict with them anytime soon. And Bristol has developed another floatplane scout. Don't they already have one out? Okay, so 1 knot higher speed, shorter range, slightly better maneuverability, slightly less toughness. You know, I don't think I'm going to take this one. The Bulldog Bravo is still a better design. So we're going to stick with the Bristol Bulldog Bravo. Rebellion in Panama continues. I know we've sent a number of ships with colonial capabilities down there, so hopefully they can turn that around. And we now have a battleship over there. Let's get that rebellion properly crushed. Oh, I forgot to build up my dock size. Let's get that going. One can never have too big of docks. Anything else under construction? Nothing too fancy there. Our carriers are almost done, so that's good. Let's see, do we have any sort of aircraft that we can request? Not really. We've already got a flying boat. That's a pretty decent craft. We've already got a decent fighter. Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot that we can do with these. So yeah, we'll just keep on going. At least until we develop torpedo bombers, which honestly, those should be coming out soon. The year is 1924, and torpedo bombing is a technology that should have been available in 1917. So our development may be getting slowed by not having carriers out, but hopefully that'll turn around next turn. So let's just keep on chugging right there. Alrighty, spy from Japan has been discovered. How dare they? And our scientists have suffered a temporary setback figuring out the concept of a carrier force. Well, yeah, that makes sense, since we don't really have any carriers. And, oh, we have unlocked all forward main armament. So that enables the weight savings from an all forward main armament. Sounds good to me. I think that will also be incorporated into our next major design. Okay, now that those carriers are complete, the Maxtons, I suppose I should assign some sort of air wing to them. Alright, well, I don't really have much. So I guess we'll put some fighters on there. And we'll just call that good. We'll change that around once we get more developments, but I guess that'll have to work for now. Okay. One more month until the Royal Sovereign is out. And that's about it. Next turn. Alright, Royal Sovereign is out. Good. Let's put it right back into the yards for its modernization. New fire control and all that. And it's not quite time for the next round of destroyers. That'll be next turn. So we'll just move right along. Oh, interesting. Oil has been discovered in Alaska. Not that it particularly matters. The year is 1924, and oil is now available to all nations ever since 1920. So that's not a significant development there. Alright, our ship Lava Rock is commissioned into the Navy. It's an interesting name for a destroyer. And a world cruise for our young cadets is planned. Oh, that sounds like fun. I've done a world cruise before and I had much fun. Let's see. These new young cadets should go on a grand adventure. What should we send? We could send some of our newest, most powerful ships. We could send some of our oldest ships. Well, the prestige would be nice. The tension would not be nice. I'm not quite ready for war with America. I want that last Iron Duke ready for combat. So I think we're actually going to send some of our oldest ships. Which is funny since they'll have to come out of mothballs for that. But hey, I grew up on those ships, and our new cadets will learn how they work. That way they can properly appreciate the new designs when they actually get to try them out. Oh, and we have unlocked aircraft carrying airships. Sweet. Fun fact, in the United States Navy, there was a grand total of 3 ships in the entire history of the U.S. Navy that every morning at 8 a.m. for their morning colors, they would lower the United States flag And every evening at sunset, they would raise the American flag. This may seem rather backwards to most people, given that we want to fly the flag during the day and take it down at night. But it makes more sense when you realize that these three ships were the American airship fleet, the USS Los Angeles, Akron, and Macon. And they would lower their flag because the flagpole was on the underside of the ship. So to display your colors, you lower the flag in the morning and you raise it at night. Fun fact, the more you know. Alright, let's keep on going. Now it is time to build some more destroyers, so let's get that going. 4 more Lance class. I'm looking forward to seeing how these go. And fortunately, they have not suffered any sort of significant penalties. Our Gurkhas were 1 knot slower than design, but our Lances are actually meeting their design criteria of 33 knots, so that's good. Alright, and we are back in the black. So that's good. And the Iron Duke is undergoing her refit. Let's see. So we did unlock twin turrets for our light cruisers. So let's take a quick look and see if there's anything interesting we can come up with there. Triple turrets. Have we unlocked that yet? Yep, have not researched triple turrets on cruisers yet. Okay. Well then, let's fix that just a little bit. Drop those down to twins. Drop that to... Oop. I only want a 6,000 ton ship, so we'll drop the tonnage down there a little bit. I don't want cramped accommodations, that's not very helpful. Alright, anything else? Well, we can't do secondary director, so that's not a thing. And I want 4-inch dual purpose guns. And oh, look at that, we are overweight, so that's not so good. Let's see, what kind of other stuff do we have? Torpedoes. We'll drop the speed there down to 30 knots, and look at that. We now have a well-rounded cruiser. It's a nice looking thing. Ooh, it's a little bit shy on ammunition though, so let's swap that around a little bit. Let's go for that aft centerline superimposed. Get a little bit of weight savings in there and see if we can cram some extra ammunition in. Alright, 160 rounds per gun, that's pretty good. Let's see, and then there was that one random box on the back that we need to clear off. There we go. Get that thing out of the way, and look at that. We now have a usable design. A little bit light on armor, and it's not colonial service. But hey, I think that'll work. I can probably even drop down the conning tower armor. That's all it really needs is splinter protection. There we go, and hey, that gives me a little bit more tonnage to work with. Let's bump that up. Nope, can't do that. But I could put more ammo in. Or I could shave it up a little bit and get more secondaries. That sounds like a good plan. Okay, that looks pretty good. I just want to move those torpedoes a little bit further forward. Just a minor appearance change, and we'll call that good. Alright, so we wanted the port starboard. No. Port starboard, we'll put those on. Oh, nope, that's not it. Okay, try this one more time. There we go. Right in the middle. That looks like a good, well-arranged cruiser. Alright. Let's see, is there anything else that needs to be changed? We've got good speed, decent armor. Not great, but hopefully these things don't get shot too much. I suppose I could put an inclined belt on there. Yeah, that is negligible change in cost. Alright, so we'll throw that on there. And what about... Oh, I forgot about unit machinery. That's important. Okay, we definitely need some unit machinery on there, and let's see where we can squeeze some weight savings for that. Okay, so we have some mines. We could drop the mines. We could drop some of the 4-inch guns. We could also potentially drop some of the light AA. Alright, so it's not great, but I think the unit machinery will improve these ships' survivability quite a bit. And we're definitely going to need some cruisers out and about in order to deal with enemy destroyers and enemy cruisers. Actually, let's see. Am I able to put on a B turret? No. Nope, I'm not. So we can't do superimposed yet. Cannot do forward superimposed. Alright, well, we gotta get something out, and this will have to do for now. So we're gonna save this, and we're gonna start developing. Alright, we will develop that, and let's move right along. We've got destroyers under construction, we've got cruiser design underway, we've got capital ships underway as well. Alright, looks good to me. Hopefully we can get that rebellion crushed. Let's see, is that still going on? Yep, rebellion's still happening. Alright. Hey, recent improvements in productivity has boosted our industry, so that's good. Finishing off those destroyers. And we've gotten a hold of blueprints for the American cruiser Chicago. Let's see what they got. So this is a 1920 design. Very light, 30 knots. Wow, that's basically a larger 6-inch gunned destroyer. Interesting. And of course, fairly advanced technology as far as fire control and mine laying as well. That's significant. Alright, so all those are coming along. Let's see, what does the American fleet look like? Let's see what we're potentially facing. Okay, so their battleships are mostly smaller calibers, so we've got them beat there. What about battle cruisers? Okay, they're definitely going all in on battle cruisers. That's some fairly hefty stuff. So we've got the Bonhomme Richard. 28 knots, lightly armored, but fairly well gunned. So that's good. Those are actually some pretty solid designs. A little bit slower than what I've got, but on the other hand, I've got ships that are 5/3 their size. So of course they're going to be better armored and faster. It's just the way things work. Alright, let's take a look at some of their cruisers. So they don't have any old cruisers. All their stuff is fairly recent. They've got a number of Olympias, and those are not looking so great. But they still have some bigger ships. Denver, Galveston, let's take a look at those. Oh yeah, that's a lot of 6-inch guns on there. And fast, too. Okay, that is bad. There are definitely not enough destroyers, though. They're pretty light on that. Although they have gone up to 5-inch guns. That hurts. So hopefully our faster firing quality 1 4-inch guns will be able to overcome that. But we'll only find out by trying it. There's the one ship we sank in our last war. Let's see, what kind of technology do they have? Fire control unknown, but I have seen reports of them refitting some ships with improved director. So I know that's out there. I just don't know exactly how much. Alright, and America's budget has surpassed mine. So that is not good. They will be able to outbuild me if this continues for too much longer. Alright, well, not a whole lot else we can do, aside from crushing that rebellion and keep on keeping on. Next turn. Oh, an anti-Russian rebellion has broken out in Sakhalin. Well, I'm not going to worry about that. We've got... Oh! Oh my goodness! Our light cruiser Diana has blown up under mysterious circumstances in the port of Spain. And saboteurs from the USA may have been responsible. Well, I guess that's about it. We can declare war, gaining budget and tension, or we could try and slow things down, still gaining the budget and tension, but losing a lot of prestige. There's no choice here. We can only go to war. This dastardly act shall not remain unavenged. To war we go. Oh, and our scientists are happy to report they're close to mastering hydrodynamic hull form. Well, that's good. Oh, early air-launched torpedoes. Excellent. And there we go, to war. Okay, so we are close to getting that improved hydrodynamic hull form, so I'm going to rework the Pandora. We're going to hold her off for 1 turn. And hopefully we get that and get the associated savings. So we'll hold off there, and we are officially at war. Which means mobilize all ships. Mobilize all air bases. And let's get some ships overseas. Alright, we need some torpedo planes. Hold on. I thought we unlocked torpedo planes. Yeah, we unlocked early air-launched torpedoes. Why can't I get torpedo planes? Fighter, float plane, flying boat. Huh. That is weird. Alright, but for now, we need to get some ships on active duty and getting deployed. Alright, so the camper downs and dreadnoughts are not very useful, so we'll put those back in mothballs. We need to get some ships overseas and into the Caribbean. In particular is my major concern. So our specific concerns are, let's see, what kind of forces do the Americans have? They've got basically their whole fleet here. Okay. Yep, I don't like that. Alright, we need to get some ships there. So we're going to take all of our modern ships and we're going to move those to the Caribbean. Move those right on over. And we're going to take all of the Iron Dukes and we're going to move those right on over. And okay, that about covers those requirements. Next up, we need some destroyers. So we're going to take, well, the Lancers are still working up, so we're going to hold on to those for a little bit. We're going to take all of the Gurkhas and we're going to send those to the Caribbean. We already have cruisers down there, so I'm not too worried about that. We also need something to try and hold on to our colonies in North America. And that means we need to send some battleships that way too. So let's see what's going on. America currently has 10 battleships and 8 battlecruisers on the East Coast. That's a lot of strength there. Well then, I guess we're going to have to send the rest of our battle fleet overseas as well. So we're going to take all of our older battle cruisers and we're going to move those to East Coast. And we're going to take all of our other battleships and move those to the East Coast. And you know what? I'm going to take the dreadnoughts as well. They may only have 12-inch guns, but they can keep up with the fleet, and that's good enough. Speaking of which, let's take a quick review of my dreadnoughts and how they're... Yep, they already have good improved fire control, so that's good. What about the camper downs? Yeah, even the camper downs. So you know what? I think we'll grab those along too. This is going to be a fairly large war, so I need all the ships I can get. Okay, and we will plop our modern ships down in the Caribbean. We'll plop our slightly older fleet down in North America. And hopefully that's able to turn things around. We still have that rebellion going on too. I'm not a big fan of that. Alright, we also need some destroyers. So we'll take the Stowers. Actually, you know what? Let's take the Red Poles and we'll send the Red Poles. We'll grab those and we will send those over to the East Coast. Now, I do fully expect some mining operations to go on. Let's see, how much can we reasonably expect? So I do see some cruisers with mines. I don't see a whole lot else. Oh, they do have some destroyers with mines as well. So we are going to need some... In fact, we're going to need a fair bit of minesweeping capability to deal with that. Okay. So we're going to take our Dependence class. We're going to send... Let's see, how many do I have total? We've got 25 total. I think we're going to send 10 to each area. And we're going to leave those in active fleet. So we'll send 10 to the Caribbean in active fleet. And we're going to send another 10 to North American East Coast. We're going to leave those in active fleet. And then we can take all of our destroyers, Derwents and Jeds, and those can provide our trade protection and anti-submarine warfare. There we go. That covers those requirements. Those are all set. And we also need, so let's see, do we have any cruisers in mothballs? Nope. They are all active. Okay, so we're going to put the slower ships on trade protection. So the Hermiones and Floras, we're going to put those on trade protection. And we will be spreading those out once we start knowing where the enemy is raiding. And same thing with the Invincible. She's fairly good at trade protection too. So we'll grab that and start spreading those out. Alright, so they do have a fair number of cruisers in the USA. Oh my! They have a few battleships in Northern Europe too. Well, that's unexpected. In that case, we're going to have to keep the camper downs here just to maintain some capital ship presence. So we're going to try and cancel ordered moves. If I can figure out how that works. Let's see. Nope, that did not work. Let's try that one more time. So we're going to move ship. We'll put those over there. Let's see if I can find those again. There we go. Select those. Cancel ordered moves. Close. There we go. Keep those fellows at home. Maintain battleships to protect our coasts. All right. That looks good. I think we've got a decent deployment of ships. We still have a slightly positive balance, and that is amazing. And we have one more month till our last Iron Duke comes out. All right. We'll have to find out how this war actually starts shaping up in the next episode. So until then, I'm Kator87, signing out.